Hey everyone, thanks for joining us. You're going to have a great time in the next few minutes hearing from really good strategies from some CEOs and entrepreneurs in Arkansas on the Shrimp Tank, where we teach you how to go from a shrimp to a shark in the business world. Hey everybody, welcome to the post-show wrap-up of the Arkansas Shrimp Tank podcast. I'm your host, Rich Jensen, along with my co-host, David Sims, and our special guest today, Travis Hester of Eat My Catfish. .com if you want the full name. Each week we like to bring you in the post-show wrap-up some of the highlights of the conversations we just had with some of the brightest and best entrepreneurs in and around the state of Arkansas. And we just had a really fun time with Travis talking about the restaurant business, talking about catfish and family and all sorts of great ideas. I encourage you to go and listen to the entire podcast. You'll have some good laughs and you'll learn some new things, and you might want to go visit and eat his catfish.
That's right. Yeah. I mean, and the great success story. I mean, up to what, 5 locations now?
Mm-hmm.
Just
yes,
about
exactly.
Fayetteville's opening up.
Yes, sir.
Actually going there this Friday to take my sixth child, my daughter, back to school.
Now, does she need a job?
She does. I'm going to do it. That's right.
Yeah,
she does need a job. That's right.
Yeah.
Did you hear that, Liz?
All
Yeah,
positions.
Liz, we got it. But yeah, it was a great show.
This is how commerce and entrepreneurship works, folks.
We kept talking about catfish. I had to keep wiping my face, salivating, I mean, I was expecting to have some when Travis showed up, but no, it was a great show. And one of the things, Travis, we talked about was, what's the secret sauce? What's some things that you have done in the business that have really helped contribute to your success, and you shared something that was very interesting about that.
Willie dust,
and you talked about Willie dust. So
Willie dust, and I can't believe it is. I went all show and didn't mention our famous sauce, my grandma's sauce. We call it Mama sauce. It's our tartar sauce. So when you go, make sure you get the tartar sauce. Even if you don't like tartar sauce or mayonnaise-based sauces, Mama sauce is our signature. Use it on anything you have on your plate. But the other one is our Willie dust.
Would you ever combine Mama's sauce and Willie dust together, or is that conflicting?
I've seen it done.
You might, but you'll be sorry.
The Willie dust is a spice combination we came up with to boil our crawfish in several years ago, and now it's packaged in canisters. You shake; they're on every table at the restaurant. You can buy them, or I'm soon to buy them online, thanks to Drew at Kangaloo. But we also sell it in a 4-pound bag. So you buy a lot of pack of crawfish, 30 pounds. You pick up a 4-pound sack of seasoning, and you have everything you need to cook crawfish right then.
He said really quickly, Drew at Kangaloo, but Drew is a past Shrimp Tank guest. So
that's right. Great guest, yeah.
And if you want to see a really cool commercial for Eat My Catfish, go on Drew's website because he's got one there. So
yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We also talked about a lot about, because you have a really unique store culture. You guys really have a team and everything else. And you mentioned something about 2 daily principles. So share with our viewers a little bit about that, because maybe they can use that in their business as well.
Yeah. So looking back at why were we successful? Why were we able to start a food truck, not having a restaurant experience, or not ever had really cooked catfish once in my life before I started? I traced it back to what we call 2 daily principles, and we tell anybody in orientation the same thing. If you do these 2 things, you have the chance to do and be promoted to anything you want to in our company. And it's simple: positive attitude daily. Come in, and we say I challenge them with the good morning challenge. Can you say good morning to me or to anybody else before they say good morning back? So that starts the tone of, hey, I'm here to have I'm here to work, but I'm here to have a good time. I'm at positive. And the second thing is just to better yourself daily. So learn from what you did yesterday, right or wrong, and build upon that. We tell them there was no bridge built in a day, so don't try to become a great leader or a great employee in a day. But if you get better every day, here in a few weeks you'll be better, and here in a few months you'll be great. Here hopefully in a couple of years, you'll be in management or whatever you want to do with our company. You can do it as long as you do those 2 things.
And Travis had to keep that positive attitude because he started this in a food truck in the middle of summer in Arkansas with no AC. So
that's right.
He had to develop a positive attitude regardless of the circumstances.
Yeah, that's right.
Toward the end of the podcast, Travis, we talked about legacy and your vision once you accomplish your goals and build out Eat My Catfish. And you shared a really great story about your grandma and grandpa and the legacy that they've left. Share that with our viewers.
Yeah. So they were entrepreneurs too. My great-grandpa actually started a diesel truck company back in repair in the 50s and held the business for 30-something odd years in Northwood Rock. pretty much where McCain is now. And in the 80s, they shut down. But as my great-grandpa and grandma and Grandpa and his brothers, who all worked in the business, all started to pass away. At every funeral, you would see the same employees who had not worked for them for 15 or 20 years come back and show their respect. And it was faces I weren't familiar with, but as the funerals went by, I kept wondering why did they do that if they hadn't been around their part of their lives. But I realized that it was instilled. Our grandparents have instilled in us that no matter who you were, whether it was at church or somebody on the street or somebody at the supermarket, no matter your sex, your race, whatever, they treated everybody with great respect and like family. And obviously those employees felt so privileged to have worked for them and had to know them that they wanted to show respect even that far along later in their lives. And so we've taken that same philosophy. If you're part of our daily grind, then you're part of our family. And so we take that approach with our employees, and I think it really shows with how much they enjoy their job, how much they appreciate all the little things that we do, because we want them to be part of our family, and we tell them that.
Yeah, it's good stuff. Really good.
Well, Travis, we want to thank you so much for coming on the show today. For those who want to learn more about Eat My Catfish, it's pretty easy. But the website is
eatmycatfish.com,
which is also the name of the restaurant. So, and if you listen to the entire podcast, you'll learn why he threw the .com onto the actual official name, and it's pretty clever. Good bit of entrepreneurial marketing, anyway. So, hey, I want to encourage you to join us next week. We love to just talk with all sorts of successful entrepreneurs in Arkansas. We always learn something, and we get to know some great people. So, tune in next week, and until then, stay safe and remember, to become a shark in the business world, we all start out as shrimp.